Well, so today we are in rainy Bangalore. As you can see, the weather really is very cool and very nice, and we're here to drive a new car, which is of course the Kia Carens Clavis EV. Yes, it's a long name, but this is the electric version of the Carens Clavis, which Kia recently launched a couple of months ago. Now, in terms of the looks, this car looks identical. The silhouette looks exactly the same. Some people prefer their cars, their EV cars, to look like the regular ICE cars, so maybe this car should appeal to them. But in terms of the differences on the front, you will see that the fog lamps have been moved to the center position, and of course you get that same ice cube or ice tray design that you got on the Carens ICE. You also get this sleek looking LED treatment over here, and the big difference of course is that over here you need to push this and the charging port opens up, so that's the major difference over here. But apart from that, the overall silhouette is exactly the same. You also get air vents over here which open up, and those are not just for show or style, they're there to improve the efficiency of this car and give it better aerodynamic efficiency. So that's something which is cool. 17-inch wheels on the top of the line version with different designed alloy wheels from the regular ICE version, and of course minor modifications on the lamps at the back as well, but not too many changes, so it looks pretty much more or less the same like the regular version of the car. What do you think of the looks, and what do you think of the price? We've got the 41 kilowatt hour battery and about 50 kilowatt hour battery pack with us here. What do you think of the pricing of this car? Starts from about 18 lakh rupees for the 41 kilowatt hour battery pack, and of course the top of the line one which you're driving today goes to about 25 lakh rupees. What do you think of the pricing? Let me know in the comment section below, and also follow me on Instagram to get more car content. My name is Ashish Masih. If you come to this channel for the first time, then please do subscribe to it. If you've been here before but haven't really commented, then do leave a comment and let me know what do you think of the new Clavis. It's really in a very unique spot, the only 7-seater EV MPV on sale in India at the moment. Let's get started this video. Well, so let me tell you about the interiors of the new Clavis EV. Now, the overall design, the overall silhouette, the overall functionality is more or less the same like it was on the regular ICE version of the car. If you want to watch our review of the ICE version, you can check out the description box below. We put all the links over there. Now, in terms of the major differences, well, you get ambient lighting all across, which has multiple color choices. That's a major difference. And of course, the screen over here has, the charge which this car can do and how much distance it can go and those kind of things if you're driving on economy mode and stuff like that. So that is the only major difference. Other than that, it's exactly as well equipped as this ICE version was. If you want to know the features, you get cool front seats, you get hill descent control, you also get ADAS level 2 features, you get blind spot assist, you get adaptive cruise control with stop and go function. You also get warning alert for oncoming traffic, so in case somebody is about to hit you or it's in your lane, then you will get a warning. You also get seats which are adjustable electrically. The only thing is you have to do the height adjustment yourself, but front and rear and of course the back you can adjust electrically. You also get lots of buttons over here, of course for the stereo, for the cruise control, and of course for the ADAS features. 2 pedal shifters over here behind the steering wheel, and then of course for the regen mode you can either take them up or down, and that of course increases or decreases the overall efficiency of the car. You can also use the single pedal technology on the car if you use the maximum regen setting. So if you lift off, the car really does come down to a immediate stop. It does slow down very immediately, so you can actually use it as one pedal technology inside city traffic. Quality is absolutely first rate. Brilliant materials all across, good quality plastics, good quality overall metal, and all the buttons, all the switches, everything feels absolutely first rate. And everybody's favorite feature, a huge panoramic sunroof, is also available on this particular version, which is the top of the line long range version we're driving today. Anyways, I'll give this car's front end a good score of 9 out of 10. Let's have in the back seat and show you how good that really is. Well, so what is Budmo? Well, I'm sure by now all of you are aware that Budmo are the online expert when it comes to spare parts. And the best point is that they have the spare parts for all vehicles available in India. So even if your car is out of production now, maybe you have a large generation model, even then they have the spare part available. They have the entire catalog. And the best point is that they have the same spare part from a host of different component makers, which gives you great flexibility in the pricing overall. So check them out today. Check out the app. It's available both for iOS as well as Android devices. And also check out the website for the latest schemes as well as offers. Budmo.com, the expert of online spare parts. Well, so now I'm in the second row of the Kia Carens EV, and as you can see, new room is more than sufficient. Headroom is also quite generous as always. I would adjust this seat for my driving position. My height for reference is 5'10". So if your chauffeur is also roughly about 5'10", 5'9", or maybe 5'11", you'll have the same amount of space roughly. You get huge windows, which is a big boon, and you also get your own blinds over here, which is also a big boon because in the summers this blind is very important. You get air purifier with AQI meter, your own AC vents over here in the pillar, your own AC controls, 2 USB type C, and of course proper 3-socket plug which has a max AC of 250 volts. And the reason for that is that this car comes with the vehicle to load, which means that you can easily plug in any of your devices, any of your home devices. Maybe it's a mixie, maybe it's a small TV, small fridge. You can take it out for camping and use this plug and the car's electric power to generate enough power for those machines to work. So that's something quite cool. You also get a tray over here, which you can of course take out. It has a maximum load capacity of 3.5 kilos. Keep your Diet Coke cans over here, keep your McDonald's burgers over here when you're driving on that highway, and eat them quite nicely. And lots of space, flat floorboard, so lots of place to stretch your feet. The only thing is that the middle headrest end is missing, and I'm really surprised that the manufacturers are still doing this, because this is a very important safety feature. And why are people doing this? Why are manufacturers doing this? How much do they save? That's the big question. Do they save 2,000 rupees or maybe 1,000 rupees or 500 rupees? I really don't know. But if you know the answer to that question, you can let me in the comment section below. There's something which is very important, because in case a car suffers a back hit, somebody hits you from the back, and passenger way, it goes like this, and if you have a headrest in place, then you will not suffer any major damage on your neck or your lower spine. But if you don't have it, it can go all the way back and it can lead to serious injury. So that's something which is a bit of a surprise, because this is generally a 7-seater, and I think Kia and all other manufacturers are cutting this should add this feature. Overall though, it's a nice place to be, roomy, spacious, and quite opulent. And I'll give this car's back seat a good score of 9 out of 10. Before I forget, there's also this pause button over here, which you can press and move this left side passenger seat forward or at the back, and you also get sliding seats over here for the comfort of whoever sitting in the back row. 9 out of 10 to the middle row. Now let's jump in the last row and see how good that really is. Well, so I'm in the last one of the Kia Carens Clavis EV. As you can see, knee room is quite tight over here for someone with my height, which is 5'10" for reference. The reason for that, of course, is that there's a battery pack around the floor area, and because of that, the seating position is slightly compromised. It's not really the most comfortable car in the last row, which is quite surprising, because the regular version of the car is decent in terms of space, but this one, the seating and stuff like that isn't the most comfortable. You'll have to ask your kids to sit over here. If they're about 4 feet or 4.5 feet, they'll be quite okay. Even if you have pre-teens or maybe just teenagers who are about 5 feet, then they should be quite okay. But anyone who's above 5'1", 5'2" will be a little tight for space, so it's not really the ideal position to be in. You do get your own windows, type C charging points on both sides, and of course cup holders over here, and AC vents, which give it decent respectability and decent amounts of comfort. But still, in terms of the overall ambience, I would prefer to be in the second row or first row of the Clavis EV if my height is around 5'9" or 5'10". I'll give it 7 out of 10 in the last row of seats. Now let's show you the boot and then take it out for a spin. Well, so it's time to show you the boot on the new Clavis EV. Now, in terms of the overall space, with all the rows up, there's very little space, so you really can't use it as a weekend getaway with your entire family, because you probably manage to keep in 2 medium-sized bags over here. So that's something you have to really adjust. If you do decide to drop one of the back seats down or the back rest down, then you have loads of place. You can easily keep 2 big bags and maybe 2 small bags over. You can really adjust a lot of stuff. And of course, if you decide to use it only as a 5-seater and drop even the second seat down, the backrest down, you have loads of space, completely flat loading area, brilliant in terms of overall utility as well as space. But that's the thing, you have to choose between 7 seats, the amount of space, and because this is an EV, there's a lot of space which the battery pack takes up below the flooring. So again, space management can be a little tricky on this car. On the plus side though, you get this little box over here where you can keep your paraphernalia, hide it away from people, and that also means that you get a completely flat loading area. Anyways, enough about the interiors and the space and the boot. Let's take it out for a spin and tell you how it is to drive. Well, so here I am driving the new Kia Carens Clavis EV. Now remember, this car comes with 2 battery packs. There's a smaller one which makes less power also, and the one that I'm driving, the 51 kilowatt hour battery pack, which makes well over 240 bhp. So that is something which this car is quite good in terms of power delivery. Power delivery is really rapid, and because it's EV, the torque is instantly available. all you do is just press the accelerator down and it instantly gives you instant torque. So you do get that quick burst of acceleration. That's something which you really enjoy. No diesel car or no petrol car can give you this kind of instant acceleration, or the quick burst of torque, which really makes it fun. Of course, this car also has ADAS features, so you can keep hearing those beeps and bobs behind. That's something which you have to shut down, but I'm not doing it, just to tell you that this car has those ADAS functionality as well. Visibility is quite good, and the best point is that you can see the bonnet line up ahead. The side view mirrors are quite nice and large, and it doesn't feel like you're driving an MPV. MPVs usually feel very bulky and not very easy to drive. They feel very cumbersome, but it's not the case with this car. It generally feels like an SUV to drive, because the platform is very sorted, the suspension setup is very sorted, and generally it just feels like you're driving a nice and sorted out SUV. Now, the steering wheel also on this car gives you very consistent feedback. It's a very genuine steering wheel in terms of the communication. It's also very good in terms of the overall weight balance. It's neither too heavy, neither is it too soft, so you get just the right amount of weight in it, and it feels quite good to drive on the highway because it gives you good stability. The suspension, though, if you compare with the ICE version we drove a couple of months back, does feel a little stiffer because, of course, there's the extra weight of the battery pack, so that's something that you will have to live with, but to be honest, it's something that is quite okay. It's only the worst of worst roads that really filter into the cabin, but the positive thing about it is that it feels rock solid, very stable, very reassuring, and will give you a sense of great enjoyment with your family, because you'll be feeling safe and secure when driving this car. So that's something also which is quite nice about this Kia Carens Clavis. What else is there? Well, as I said, the visibility all across is generally good. The acceleration is really very peppy, and you can also choose the sport mode and the various modes on this car, which give you a sense of urgency as well. And overall, it is an impressive package, and I really do appreciate this car, and I appreciate what Kia has managed to do with it. I'll give it a respectable score of 9 out of 10 in the driving department. It's quite an enjoyable car, and of course the different driving modes, the pedal shifters, and all those things make it quite enjoyable. Now, the pedal shifters behind the steering wheel, they're there for the regen modes. You can choose different modes, and if you choose the highest setting, you can also drive it on single pedal technology. Now, what does that mean? It simply means that if you put it on the highest regen mode, you simply lift off from the accelerator, and immediately the brakes really do start hitting very hard on the system, so the car really does slow down dramatically. And that means that in the city, if you're doing speeds of 20 or 25 kph and keeping a distance from the front car, then it will immediately stop without too much fuss, so you don't have to press the brake all the time, and that makes it very hassle-free as well to drive this car in the city. So that's the single pedal technology for you. Overall, a very nice and likable car. I really enjoyed driving it today, and I'll give it a good score of 9 out of 10. Now, let me stop this car and give you a definitive summary report of whether you should consider buying it or whether you should consider buying something else. Well, so what's my final verdict with the new Kia Carens Clavis EV? If you want a 7-seater MPV, which is an EV, then you don't really have any kind of option, because this is the only choice you have. The pricing for this car at 25 lakh rupees is a little steep, that's for sure, but you do get a lot of features, you get a lot of safety kit. The only thing is that the last row of seats on this particular car, the EV version of the car, isn't the most generous, and of course the boot area also is a little compromised if you really want to use it as a 7-seater all the time. That said, it is a very capable machine in terms of driving. It's quite refined in terms of the features. It's quite good, and it definitely gives you that feel-good factor. If you really want a Carens Clavis, then I would say you should stick with the diesel or petrol. That would be my choice, because those two offer you a little more practicality, and of course the ease of filling up petrol and diesel whenever and wherever you like. But of course, if you really want an EV, then there's no other choice than this car. For the same price, you can also check out the Tata Harrier EV. You can also check out the Mahindra's range, the BE6, and of course the 9e, and you can also check out the Tata Curve, which sells for the lower part of the price, or for the lower battery pack version. Anyways, my verdict is that this is a very capable machine, though the long range one is a little steeply priced. I'll give it a good score of 92 out of 100. Thanks guys for watching.